Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. I am just making sure I'm live here. I still have the whirly swirly of death. So let's see here. And now tell me I can customize my dashboard. All right, got it. Got it. All right. Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the Art Boss Formula. I am super excited to be here today. We are going to be talking about monetizing your Facebook groups. Monetizing your Facebook group? So what the heck? Hey, Laura, hi again. It's good to see you, girl. So as you're signing in, let me know you're here. Let me know you're here. I would love to know that you're here. Say, hey, oh goodness, Judy, it's good to see you too. Happy Wednesday. It's training day. Every single Wednesday, I spend time with you, training you in the Art Boss Formula, free training every single week so that you guys can get that consistent monthly income and start getting that traction and start making money on art. Who wants to make money on selling their artwork? Woohoo! Nanette, Becky, Ira, sorry, you guys are here. Thank you so much for signing in. And I'm like, oh my gosh, there's lots of people here today. I'm super excited. All right. Monetizing your Facebook groups. All right. During the Art Boss Formula Bootcamp next week, which I'm super excited for, every single day I'm going to be here with you at 12 noon. We're going to talk about the strategy. All right. We're going to be talking about the strategy that you need to be implementing into your art business. But I need to take time today to talk about Facebook. Facebook groups. All right. Because I don't want to spend time next week convincing you guys why Facebook groups are the thing and how you get them monetized, right? My brain is on fire and I'm super excited to be able to share the strategy. Today, we're just going to lean into really talking about that Facebook group and why it's super important. My name is Karen Uha. I'm the owner of the Art Boss Formula, and my business exploded when I stopped worrying about trying to sell my artwork in the traditional means. I mean, COVID was crazy. Last year was crazy. When I leaned into the online market and understood how to monetize Facebook and a Facebook group specifically, I'm going to share a little bit of my story, how I was resistant as well. But that is when my business exploded. We are going to be next week really going through the whole entire sales funnel strategy so that you know what you need to do and you can lay out your plan to create that consistent monthly income. Let me ask you guys, the guys are people that are here. Do you have a Facebook group? Let me know in the comments. Do you have a Facebook group? Do you have a Facebook page? All right. I really want you to have a Facebook group, but I want to know if you're actively promoting your artwork in Facebook. And if you are, do you have a Facebook group? Here's my second question for you. If you have a Facebook group, is it making you money? Is it making you money? That's my biggest question. Is it filling your bank account or is it flopping? All right. Because unfortunately, it's not just as simple as building a Facebook group. It's just not. You can't, it's not if you build it, they will come. It's not. I wish it was. I wish we were in Field of Dreams and all you had to do was build it and all the sales would come in. There's a very specific strategy that we use in the Art Boss Academy that allows for you to monetize your Facebook group, okay? The Facebook group, my Facebook group, what makes me 10K in a weekend, when I sell my inventory, 40, 50 paintings in one weekend, the gem of my sales funnel is the Facebook group. All right. But the Facebook group, you guys need to understand, it's just a tactic. It's just a tactic that allows me to sell the artwork. Here's why I'm going to tell you about that. All right. Yes, I lean into the Facebook group. Yes, that is what I'm telling you guys that is in your sales funnel. It needs to be the gem inside of your funnel. But the reality is the strategy is what gets it done. The strategy, you can lift that strategy and you can sell it anywhere. You can go to any social media platform and use this strategy. All right? You can. I mean, here's the one thing I know about social media. It is going to change the way that we do business over the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years is going to change, right? There's all kinds of new platforms coming. People are like, I sell my artwork on TikTok. I sell my artwork on Instagram. What about Clubhouse? What about all the new platforms that come and go, right? So you better believe I'm keeping my eye on what's coming next, but I'm going to tell you right now, the best game in town is a Facebook group. Facebook group. It's crazy. All right. Again, I resisted a Facebook group for a long time. All right. What it comes down to is something that's called reach. And we're going to dig into that as well during this training. Okay. I'm going to be sharing with you the exact strategy I used to create a 6-figure income during a pandemic by selling my artwork and art products online. Let's be clear, this strategy works, but we first need to talk about monetizing your Facebook groups. Next week, we're going to spend the whole week sharing with you the whole strategy. So don't miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss that. Yeah, if you haven't registered for the 5-day free boot camp, I want you to do that now. I want you to put on your calendar every single day next week at 12 noon Central Time, okay? Facebook group is a tactic. It's a tactic. So I want you to understand that although we're leaning in to the Facebook group right now, it is the thing that's going to deliver the results that you need, all right? It comes down to this. Why a Facebook group? Why a Facebook group? Why here? Facebook groups are set up in a way where you can nurture and get to know your audience. And when you nurture them and when they engage back, Facebook increases your reach. What is reach? Reach is the number of people who see what you're doing. You can operate in a Facebook page and you'll get about a 7% reach. You can you can do this in an email funnel, right? And open rates are around 18%, right? Those are open rates and reach, right? So you can do all this work and you can have 7% of the people that are in your funnel see what you're doing, 18% see what you're doing, or you can be in a Facebook group where I get over 100% reach when I am rocking it out and I'm like in it every day and I'm doing something super special, okay? So I typically get at least a 20% reach on just like if I just throw anything out there. But if I'm building towards the engagement, creating the excitement, Facebook sees all that happening and they start getting everything I'm doing out to 50% of my people, 70% of my people. And I'm telling you, I've seen over 100% reach inside of my groups. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time going, you have to do a group over a page, you have to do a Facebook group over Instagram or any other thing, because I will let you spend the time and your money figuring out where your reach is the best. I'm just going to tell you, that's the way it is right now. Facebook is really rewarding groups. It's what they want us to be doing. It helps with all the privacy issues that they're facing in the world and what's going on with privacy laws. It's where you want to be. Okay, so you can spend the time figuring out that I'm like, I want to be over here in Instagram because it's sexier. I want to be over in TikTok because it sounds cooler. All right. I want to be where my reach is better so that I can sell more artwork. Okay, that's what it comes down to. So how do you monetize? Okay, let's get to the goodies, all right? I just need to spend some time and talk to you about why the Facebook group, all right? Why the group works is just comes simply down to numbers and reach. How do you monetize it, right? So a lot of people are like, I have a group. I'm with you. I love a group, but it just kind of sits there and nothing happens and I'm not selling anything. I mean, are you in that situation where you're like, your group is just not working for you? You're working for it. You want to get to the place where your group is working for you. So here's what you need to do. And it kind of comes down to mindset, is what it really comes down to. Mindset is where a lot of the strategy and the tactics work. You got to be in the right mindset. So number one, you have to be unapologetically clear that you're monetizing your Facebook group. We are not a support group. We are not a museum. We are not a place that we just hang out and have fun and socialize. We're a place where we are delivering paid results. And we have to be unapologetic for it. If someone says, I didn't know you sold your artwork, I can't believe you're selling your artwork in here, they're not your customer. And if they don't want to be in there for, yes, all the free stuff we give and all the fun that we're delivering and all of the just make a community building that we're doing, right? There will be people inside of our group that are just there for the freebies, but we want to get to the people who are in there because we have something that they want, right? Facebook group is where we deliver our paid results, okay? It's where we deliver our product for payment. We are not a museum. I like this analogy. We are not a museum where people just kind of come in and look and kind of go, oh, that's really pretty. We are a gallery, a store, right? Where we provide beauty where we provide a product that people can take home and put on their walls. All right. If they want all that for free, they're not in the right place. They need to go to a museum. If they just want to look at the artwork but never ever have it in their house, then they're just not in the right place. And there is nothing wrong with museums. There's nothing wrong being able to go and get places where you can just view all the beautiful artwork, but that is not what we're doing, and we're not going to apologize at all. We're going to be very open that our Facebook group is what pays our bills, it's what makes our money, and we're being very clear that we're professionals, we're selling artists, we are not hobbyists. So what it comes down to. Number one, unapologetic about the fact that we sell our artwork in our group. Number two, we need the right people to come in, right? We need the right people to come in. And we get the people to come in that we need because they have a very specific problem. When we get very clear on the problem we solve, we will be able to find the people to invite into our group so that we can solve their problems for them, all right? So we really dig into this at the boot camp. So I wanna make sure that you guys are registered for the boot camp that starts on Monday. It starts on Monday. We're gonna dig into this even more because we have to be obsessed. I get so excited. You have to be obsessed with the problem that we solve. There are very few people, especially when we're selling artwork in the thousands of dollar range, who just buy because they're like, all right? We have to be clear on the problem that we solve. And when we can get clear on that and we can identify the people who have those problems, that is when the magic happens, all right? So we spend a whole day during the boot camp talking about the problem that we solve, all right? Number three, in order to monetize your Facebook groups, you have to go all in. You have to go all in. That means you need to be consistent. You have to be showing up in your Facebook group. That means you need to be responding to the comments that are happening, the posting that's happening. You have to be like coming in like consistently every week with a Facebook Live. All right, we're going to talk a lot about Facebook Lives next week. But when you go live and you start stepping in front of your social media versus hiding behind it, it is a huge game changer, right? It's a game changer. We have to go all in on our Facebook groups or it's just not gonna work. Here's what's gonna happen. When you go all in your Facebook groups, when you show that you're an expert in what you do, you're a selling artist, that you just don't focus on trying to convince people to buy your artwork, but you're actually trying to help people solve the problems that they have. And believe me, people who purchase artwork have problems. We'll talk about that as well. Here's what's gonna play out. They're going to start rewarding you. They're going to start rewarding you with the little hearts, right? Little thumbs up, right? Although it's not what we ultimately want. It works, right? It helps our engagement numbers. It helps our reach. They're going to start commenting. They're going to start asking questions. They're going to start answering your questions. And ultimately, they're going to pull out their credit card every time you make an offer. Okay? That's how it works. That is how it works. You have to go all in, you have to be consistent, and you have to be consistently walking your client down the path to the sale. If you are not clearing a path in order for people to walk to the sale, then you're intentionally choosing to get stuck, is what it comes down to. All right? Number four, you want to monetize your groups? Here's what you need to do. You have to constantly focus on growing your group. I mean, like, again, obsessively, right? We obsessively focus on the problems we solve, and we obsessively go and grow our groups. We have to grow our groups. We can do it organically, and we can do it with paid strategies. Again, we spend a whole day talking about how to invite people and how to invite the right people into your sales funnel, into your Facebook group, right? You have to be growing your group. All right. Make sure you're joining the Facebook, the boot camp. The boot camp next week. Make sure you're joining that because we're going to dig into all this. We're going to really get into the nitty-gritties. We're going to start digging into exactly what you need to do and the strategy. All right. I needed to spend today talking about the Facebook group and how you monetize it. Because the reality is, the last couple of boot camps, I spent too much time validating, yeah, you need to be in Facebook. Yeah, you need to be in Facebook. I'm giving you time to research it. Figure it out on your own. But the best news is, if you really want to go and sell somewhere else, the strategy that I'm giving to you next week, that's what you need. That's what you need. My gem and where I make 10K in a weekend, where I sell my inventory in a weekend, sell 40 or 50 paintings in the weekend, is because I'm working in a Facebook group where Facebook is rewarding people who are using that Facebook group with huge reach. Again, 60, 80. When I got 100+%, I was like, what? More people saw my posts than were even in my group. I'm like, no way. Absolutely no way. Remember, our Facebook group is what makes the difference between that's going to pull you away from your competition. Your Facebook group is what's going to say, I'm a professional, I'm not just a hobbyist. All right, when they come in, they're going to know that you have a track record, you're a selling artist, and you're giving them access to yourself. Remember, we are a store, a shop, a gallery. We're not a museum. You do not want to set your site up where your Facebook group up where people are like, oh, I thought I could just look. I thought I could just look. No, no. We want to be actively solving their problems. All right. When I see artists who are working really hard and their Facebook groups just aren't converting, here's what it comes down to. I see maybe they're really excellent at nurturing, right? They're nurturing the heck out of it, but they're not making offers, right? Sometimes they're making offers, but they're not telling everybody everything they need in order to make a positive purchase decision. They're just like, here, this is for sale. Here, this is for sale. They're not nurturing. And one of the things that I also see is that people aren't growing their groups. They're not growing their groups. They're going out to the same 40, 50, 100, 200 people month after month, year after year, and they're not growing their groups. You have to have everything clicking along. The strategy has to be aligned so that you can monetize your Facebook group. I am so excited to be going to the the boot camp next week, right? We are going to be rocking it out of the park. Here's what we're gonna do. It's March and we need to get that consistent monthly income. It is March and we're gonna hit it hard. We are gonna create the exact strategy that you need to create that consistent monthly income so that you can continue to do what you love. You can find the link to register for the Art Boss Formula free 5-day boot camp inside of the group here. Why do you want to register? Yeah, you can participate in the free training without registering. Here's why you want to register. You want to register so that you can be kept updated with everything that's going on. I will send out reminders. I will let you know when things are happening. If you want to sign up for the text alerts, you can get onto that list as well. Here's the big thing. This is my favorite part of the boot camp. One person will walk away with a full paid scholarship to work with me and my team for a whole year. What that means is you'll be able to implement your strategy, set it up, fine-tune it, refine it for your art business with me and my team. My team is amazing. You're going to get to meet them next week. We have coaches. We have all kinds of coaches. We have copywriting coaches. We have mindset reset coaches. I work with you guys on strategy, and we also have a tech support team. I mean, what the heck? What the heck? And so I'm so excited to be able to give away that scholarship next week, but you have to be registered. That's one of the things. You have to be registered. If you want that scholarship, the only other thing you need to do is you need to lean in. You need to do your homework. You need to show up, and you need to show everybody that you're like, I want this so bad, and I am going to claim it. All right. So why else do you want to go to the boot camp? I am super active in my Facebook group during the boot camp. I'm answering your questions. I'm giving you opportunities to have access to me and ask things of me that during the rest of the month, during the rest of like when I'm not in boot camp, I'm not going to be answering these questions. It's just during this time, during this boot camp, you have access to me and you're going to have help with implementation. All right. I am on a mission to take 15 artists to 10K launches. That is my mission for this boot camp. You can do this. You can do this. I know that you can do this because not only does it work in my business, but I'm watching art bosses implement this and do this right now. Do this right now. I'm going to show the exact steps that I use to create a 6-figure art income during a pandemic. Believe me. This time last March, when I started getting the calls from my art licensing agents who were saying, we don't need your artwork anymore because our clients aren't even in the building, right? when I got the calls from my art galleries that were saying, Karen, come and pick up your artwork and wear your mask, right? When I started getting the calls from the art shows, the emails, the art shows that were happening and just canceling all the way through. I mean, gosh, it was March and I was getting notes about we're closing our art gallery or our art show in October, November, December. I already got my first cancellation for our art show this year. I already got it. Okay. Last year, when that started happening, I started freaking out. I was freaking out. I made a decision to lean into the online market. I leaned in. I said, you know what? I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work. I created the formula so that you can duplicate it, the strategy, so that you can duplicate it and you can apply it to your own business. So I'm super excited to be here. I can't wait for Monday. It's Monday. Starts on Monday. Everything starts on Monday. And your workbook is going to be delivered on Friday. That's like in 2 days. So make sure that you're registered in the right place so you can get that workbook ahead of time, right? If you want to take a look at it over the weekend, it'll have everything that you need and it'll kind of outline the whole week and what we're doing at the boot camp. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm super excited. I don't know if you can tell, I'm super excited. And I will see you guys on Monday. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.